Hello, can you hear me? Hello. Oh my God. Okay. So right now I'm checking out for both long side as well as short side opportunities on crude. It looks like a favorable level for both. Now talking about USD, talking about gold. So currently gold is actually playing around these support levels that we were talking about yesterday. So this is a very significant support. Okay. This is kind of a make or break level we have mentioned yesterday. The level is not broken; it's just testing. So let's have a track of US oil itself. US oil is taking out. Along with that, US 30 is also picking. Okay. Now I'll share the Indian market chart. So this is how the Indian market chart would look like. Okay. Now somebody who would like to directly enter a trade based on a breakout, he or she would actually have to enter somewhere over here based on this candle's closing, keeping their stop loss below this. Okay. So that would be like a risk of around 20 points. Okay, so you probably would have to take a stop of around 20 points if you directly want to enter the trade on this candle's closing, keeping a stop loss over here. So I personally was also keen on checking out for shorting opportunities. The price managed to give a closing below this, and I'm personally anticipating that if the price manages to drop below this, I'll be capable of capturing a move till here. Okay. So taking out an entry over here would be very very difficult. Why? Because your risk is going to be pretty high. So crude is actually picking alongside with US 30. So at this point of time, crude oil is actually kind of picking up alongside with US 30. So that is what we are seeing right now. Okay. So taking out a trade here is quite difficult. So I personally won't be having the courage to initiate a long position over here, keeping a very wide stop. Okay. So I personally won't be able to do that. Okay. Uh, yes. So let's wait. So Nitin is already, if you're already in the trade, yeah, you can ride the trend. But then taking a fresh position right now is quite difficult. Why? Because this was a very big breakout that is kind of actually taking place. So it's kind of quite difficult. So you'll have to wait. Okay. Like a big move that is kind of coming. Okay. Not in the trade. Fine. Just have a look at this. That's kind of an amazing move, but then no, I don't have a trade. I don't have an entry. So I was actually kind of thinking about taking out a position based on some sort of a retest. Howsoever, we didn't get an opportunity for the same. So this is a very good resistance level. So whatever has been broken right now is kind of actually a good resistance level. So as I mentioned, one could have actually taken out a trade based on this candle's closing. So the stop is going to be very high. So now a good entry on the long side would be once only once we get a testing of this level, and that is kind of quite difficult right now. Okay, this level has to be tested, so only then we would get a good entry. I personally think this would be a no trade day. If this is the scenario, this would be a no trade day. So forget about all the MAs and stuff, man. It was there on my chart. That's it. Remove it. Okay. So either we need to get some sort of a testing of this level, so we can check out for some opportunities based upon a retest. And this was a very wild move that took place, in fact. Okay, so we might have to take, what is the break even in Motilal Oswal? The break even in Motilal Oswal or any particular broker that you're going to take is going to be 3 points. So 3 points in Motilal, Zerodha Annual is around 2.3 something. Okay. Oh, there's a crazy move that is taking place. So let's have a look how US 30 is also doing. So I guess everybody is capable of realizing the correlation between US 30 and crude. Okay, so crude is picking, alongside with that US 30 is also on fire. Okay, now if you ask like why is that I didn't enter, so the answer is pretty simple. If I had to enter this trade, my stop would have been pretty wide. Okay, and you see this, the candle actually gives a closing over here. So an aggressive trade based on directly based out of a breakout would be one where you take a risk of around 4350 minus 4332, almost 30 points risk, means you need to capture like a 60 points move for your risk reward to become 1:2. Okay, that is kind of a bit difficult. Okay, in this particular case. Okay, I think it's a missed out trade. Uh, Such a pretty sharp move that took place. So guys, like we have skipped up on this opportunity most probably, like because the move has been too steep, and these kind of breakouts are the ones that we refer to as exponential breakouts. So you won't be able to catch these kind of moves until and unless you were in the trade, maybe somewhere over here. So when this uh, until and unless like you kind of actually went for a buy exactly at this level getting broken or this level kind of getting broken, you won't at all be able to enter these kind of breakouts. Okay, so this can be kind of considered as a triangle. Okay, so either you should have actually taken a trade exactly when this price is coming out of the triangle, you would not have been able to trade. Okay, and today, yeah, so because of the expiry, the contract is having its expiry today, so there will be some volatility also over here. See, this is an international thing. Okay, so I just wanted to mention is some liquidity issues probably can be experienced in this towards the end. Okay, so anyways, this trade now there is kind of no chance that we'll be able to enter. So for us to get an opportunity to enter this, we'll actually have to wait for this to kind of actually retest. Then we may think about checking out for some sort of a long side opportunity. So nothing much to do over here, guys. This is a missed out trade, and this is an exponential breakout. So even though we were kind of actually watching out for this for a very long time, quite unfortunately, we were not able to enter this. It happens. So I was actually kind of checking out for this level to be taken out from almost 6:30. Now I just wanted to mention. So I'm also keen on checking out for a short side opportunity if the price breaks below this. Okay, what happens to the futures on expiry? So your broker will actually kind of settle it on cash. Okay, nobody is going to deliver you crude. So your broker is going to settle it to you on cash itself. He'll auto square it off before the expiry happening itself. Okay, he'll square off the contracts before expiry. He'll book the MTM loss and he'll square it off. So I'm also keen on checking out for short side opportunities. If this level is getting broken, I'm anticipating a move towards this particular level. If this particular support is kind of getting broken. Fine. So now we'll have to wait. We'll actually have to wait for the price to approach this particular level. Now taking a direct buy over here. The problem is that if you want to buy over here also, the stop loss should be, or your stop loss would be at the same point. So there is kind of no chance that your risk reward ratios can be satisfied. So right now US oil is actually picking up with this movement with Dow. Okay. So at least I guess even though we didn't get this trade, I suppose you have been able to identify the correlation between US 30 and Dow. Okay. Along with Dow picking, US 30 is also picking up. Sorry, along with Dow picking, crude is also picking up. Okay. So this trade, guys, like we'll have to wait. So right now, gold is actually looking pretty much range bound. Okay. So gold is actually kind of looking more or less range bound right now. So as I mentioned, like right now, gold is actually trading at this make or break support level. So if this support is kind of getting broken, there are a good chances that we can see a drop. So currently it is trading at a very good support. When would we get to know that crude oil future June is expiry? Check the expiry dates, man. Just check the expiry dates. It's so tough in that. You just check out the expiry dates. That's it. So crude looks like a not trade zone right now. Like looks like it's in a not trade zone. So in the shorter time frame, yeah, you can actually find some support and resistance. So this is a good level. So this is a shorter time frame. We're looking at the 5 minutes time frame. Please make a note of that. So looks like it's going to take out a resistance level out here. Let's see. So there could be a potential trading opportunity like this also. if we get a breakout over here, that could be a potential long side opportunity. Okay, something that can be tracked once again. So not on a direct breakout, but breakout followed by a retest. Okay. I'm personally more keen on crude oil, so let's wait. Okay. So meanwhile, any advice for exponential breakouts? Don't trade it. You can't trade it, man. See, I personally won't believe someone who said he or she was able to enter this trade. Okay. So I personally won't trust anyone who would have said they would have entered this trade based on the closing. No, you won't get the conviction. Okay. Or you should be someone who should be taking a trade before the candle gives a closing. Okay. Or you should be a person who takes a trade before the breakout candle gives a closing. Now, in that particular case, your accuracy would be around some 25-30% because 75% of your trades would fail. Because if you directly trade without waiting for the candle to close, almost 70-75% of your trades would be failing and only 20-25 would be winning. Okay. So, managing your psychology in those cases is very difficult. So I just wanted to say, so just trade breakouts that is giving you a chance. So here and all, like your risk would be a bit higher on the higher side. So that's the reason we didn't take a trade. So if we got a breakout, maybe something like this, where the candle gave a closing, something like this, yeah, we probably would have thought about taking out an entry. Okay. So even though this would have been an amazing trade, the reason we didn't enter it because we felt, yeah, the risk reward ratios couldn't be satisfied. Okay. That's the reason. So let's see what happens with gold. Let's track gold also. See, may I ask you this question? Uh, see, almost, oh my God, some of you are still waiting. So almost like 1 to 2 months back, okay, I kind of actually kind of gave you guys a challenge, okay. I don't know how many of you still remember. So for those of you to whom like option straddles has been discussed, I guess option straddles has been kind of covered and discussed to you guys almost 1 to 2 months back at least by now. Okay. So I have actually given you a challenge that, okay, if you find that, okay, the system doesn't work, you claim the refund. Okay. I offered you 20K, I guess. So I asked you, okay, if you can actually tell me that the system doesn't work, you get 20K. How many of you remember that? I have promised you, right? Almost 1 to 2 months back. I had given you like almost 1 2 month time also to check it out. How many of you had tested it out? So is there anyone who wants a 20K? Is there someone who deserves a 20K? Okay. So who deserves a 20K? Is there someone who deserves a 20K? So who feels the system doesn't work? Okay. Crude, yeah, let's get back. Okay. So I just wanted to tell you, if you're not doing strategies right now, you're putting a lot of money on the table. Okay. So this particular month, just by doing strategies, I was capable of gaining around a 4% ROI. Okay. So that's kind of amazing. So I just wanted to tell you, just don't miss out on strategies right now. Okay. So crude, yeah, is kind of actually slowing down a bit, and we would actually just need a good entry point. So this doesn't look like an ideal entry. So we need some sort of a retest, or we need some sort of a consolidation before initiating our new position. Okay, let's get back to XAU USD. So right now gold is actually finding a rejection over here. So let's see. And within this region, as I mentioned, this is kind of actually a no trade zone between this. So crude is actually in a no trade zone as long as it is in between these levels. See, that we can take it later, Abhishek. Let's kind of skip it out for now. Questions that you have on the adjustments part, we can have a look at it later. Okay, sure. So this looks like a non-stop movement. So basically, like I think, guys, like for like some good period of time, we are not going to get a trade. Okay, now right now over here, this is a very significant resistance. Okay, now as far as crude oil is kind of concerned, right now where it has actually approached is a good level. So this is actually a good resistance level. So we can also check out for some sort of a trading opportunity based on a rejection from here. So that can be checked out for. Okay. So right now, wherever crude has actually reached, this is a significant resistance. This is a very significant resistance. Just have a look at this. This is a very significant resistance where crude is trading right now. So we can actually check out for some opportunities based upon our rejection from here too. So let's see how it goes. So either this level has to be taken out, or we need some sort of, or yeah, one more thing is there. So if this resistance level, like if some sort of a consolidation over here happens, so we can check out for opportunities based on that also. Okay, so that can also be done in today's markets. So this level, this resistance level, see how long it has been tested. So last time this level was tested was on 15th June. Okay, so today is 21st. This looks like, we'll see if this resistance can be taken out or not. Get into the shorter time frame. Uh, so what is the position that I did in intraday? Okay, so today, like, I personally didn't do straddles today. Okay, I personally didn't do straddles today, but today, like, it was a very good day for straddles. Okay, then apart from that, like, I had a bull call spread. I had a bullish outlook on Nifty. So that is running at a profit right now. So that is the only position I had taken today. And I have some running swing positions. Okay. So this is the trade I took today. Like, so I bought a call. I bought the 15,650 call, and I sold the 15,750 call. Okay. So currently Nifty is trading at 15,750 something, 740 something. That is over here. So right now the P&L is actually around 2K, 2.3K something, 2,300 rupees profit per set. Okay. So tomorrow morning I'm thinking about taking out an exit and doing a new spread. So there is a chance of an aggressive trade uh, to take out an entry over here, but to be on the safer side, wait for a retest. Then let's think about checking out for a position. So as I mentioned, there are two possibilities. Either we can see a rejection happening from this level, or maybe the price would find a support over here and then bounce up again. Okay, so let's see how it goes. So if US 30 is like this, then tomorrow we can more or less expect a gap up opening. Okay. So you guys understand this is a very significant resistance for US oil. Okay. So this is kind of actually a very significant resistance for US oil. So let's see if it can be taken out, or we're just going to see a rejection from this resistance. So if any sort of a bearish price action can be observed, then I'll check out for a short. Okay. So how's things with you guys going? Like how's everything with all of you? Like how's everything going with you guys? So to be pretty honest, like last 2 months would have been really difficult. The markets would have been really difficult, especially if you're someone who's completely new to the markets. Okay, but then I just wanted to tell you, like, still, in these kind of non-directional setups, they were working amazing. So just don't miss out on that. See, I just know that some of you are really attracted towards directional trading, and only directional you do. But please don't miss out the opportunity that is there in non-directional these days. Okay. So any professional trader you take, they would be having some sort of a non-directional system that they would be running parallelly, for sure. Even though if he's into directional, they would definitely would be some non-directional system also he's doing. Will we be having a lighted session by implementing strategy? Yeah, man, it's not a big tough thing. It is pretty rule based. So what about gold? Gold is once again finding a rejection over here. So US oil, we'll see what happens. So I personally think that maybe it could consolidate over here for some time. Let it be giving a short side or downside move or upside move. So it probably could be consolidating for a while before giving any sort of a directional moves. So let's see how it goes. So just a second, I'll just have getting a call. I'll just pick this up. Okay, yeah. So let's watch out for this. This is actually kind of one of the recent highs. Okay, so this is kind of actually one of the recent highs for crude. Okay, uh, I'm expecting a bullish move on retest, but didn't break the resistance, so scalped on the bearish side. Fine, cool. So let's see the price action over here. The price action that gets formed over here is going to be very important. So it would tell us if the bulls are capable of driving crude further higher, or if it is just going to be a point from where rejection is going to take place. So this looks like a very significant point for crude oil. Okay. So this particular level, right? This kind of actually looks like a pretty significant level for crude. So I'm kind of actually going to do something different. Okay. Uh, so guys, like I'm going to do something, but I won't recommend anyone of you to do. You do your own studies before initiating your trades. Okay. So right now the price of crude oil is actually 5415. Okay, 5415. And if I am to set up a stop loss in this particular case, the stop has to be kept somewhere at 5391. Okay, so that is like a 15 plus 10, 15 plus 10. That is like the risk is going to be around 25 points, right? So your risk in this particular position, if somebody wants to initiate, would be around 25 points. Now, my perception is that if the price on the other hand side manages to drop below this, okay, that is like if the price manages to drop below this, then I can actually expect a drop towards the 5347 marks. That is, I can actually expect the price to come below the 5347 marks. So 5391 minus 5350, or this distance is almost like more or less like a 40 points. Okay, and the stop I would have to take is going to be like a 25 points, right? So if I want to go for a short position, or if I want to go for a long position, the stop or the stop loss that I would have to take is going to be more or less 25 points. Okay. So I'm thinking about putting a buy order Okay, I'll just tell you my plan. So right now, like what I'm kind of actually thinking is, so this is actually a very significant level as far as crude oil is concerned. So what I'm planning to do is thinking about pushing up a buy order, okay, with the stop of around 25 points, okay. And in case the price actually triggers the stop loss, the order would be flipped to a short side position. So in case the price actually hits or triggers my stop loss, I will be entering a short side position once again with a stop loss of 25 points. Okay. But the worst case scenario would be one where both my stop losses are being hit. That my stop loss on the long side as well as the stop loss on the short side are being hit. So that would be, I will be putting at stake around 50 points. Okay. So let's actually wait for this candle to close and then we'll decide. So if this gives a bullish closing, then uh, we would kind of start off by a long position. Okay. We start off with a long position. We are getting a bullish closing. So let's wait for that. What is the margin required? So if you are kind of actually trading on what do you call it, Motilal as well, the margin that is going to be used is going to be around 12k to 13k per lot. What is the margin required for this trade in Saroda? It's around 70k or 80k something. So guys, like what ROI have you kind of achieved last year? Margin for silver and crude depends on what you're trading. Silver mini, silver future. Just try placing just add the script and see for yourself. Like broker wise, it would change. So anyways, you get 10 times leverage on this thing, Motila. Okay. So it depends on what you're kind of actually trading. Mini. Uh, Rutik, like honestly speaking, I personally don't, or I'm not much concerned about that. Okay. Why do you prefer Saroda or Motila, and why? Why means first and foremost, like we are the dealer of that. We trade through the terminal. Okay. Second feature is that there are some advanced things that is present over here that is not there in Saroda. Okay. So user interface wise and all Saroda is better. So when you're getting started, yeah, Saroda is always the easiest thing to get started with. But as you proceed, like you kind of actually want to do algos, all these stuff, yeah, then these full-time brokers would kind of make sense. Okay, so we would get our buy triggered soon. So let's wait for that. Mm. So as I mentioned, like in this particular position, I personally would be ready to flip my position or flip my trade if my stop loss is being triggered. Okay, so just wanted to mention that to you also. So if I'm taking up this position, I need a bullish closing out here. So this is once again a very significant resistance where crude is kind of currently testing. Okay, as mentioned, like, this is definitely a very significant level where crude oil is currently at. So very significant resistance level. So last time what happened is price tried to pierce this, face a rejection and drop down. So let's see if this time this level can be taken out. So how many of you feel crude can actually continue to move upside? Or how many of you feel there could be a rejection that could potentially come in? So what do you guys feel? Please let me know. So do you think it's going to be a rejection, or do you think the price is kind of actually going to break above, continue moving upside? Rejection, rejection. So majority of you are on the rejection. Okay. So Prathamesh is on the long side. Okay, if you okay, so a friend had asked. Okay, you can trade on the July futures also, man. Nothing wrong. Okay, so you can trade on the July's futures also. You can trade on this contract as well. So if you are feeling okay, today is the expiry day, you don't want to trade on that, you trade on this. Nothing wrong in that. Okay, can always trade on this. Can always trade out over here. Okay. Only thing is there's going to be a slight variation in pricing. So here the risk is around 20 points, right? So you can trade on the July futures. Nothing wrong. Okay. So this is definitely a very significant resistance level. So we need to watch out and see if the level is getting broken or taken out, or is it just going to be a random rejection that is going to come in. So at this moment, the price action is actually showing a rejection. Okay. So price tries to pick up. So we see some sort of a bearish rejection as far as price action is concerned. So now a bearish closing out here. This could also be a opportunity to go for a short side, keeping a stop loss like this. Okay. Whereas on the other hand side, if the price is capable of giving a bullish closing, the price on the other hand side is capable of giving a bullish closing, we can think about checking out for long side opportunities. So we'll have to wait anyways both the scenarios. So we kind of actually have to wait and decide what to do. So let's see what happens. So majority of you are saying that it's going to be a rejection. So let's see how it goes. Hi, are you in expiry script? No man, I'm not in a trade only. I'm waiting. So this is the July futures, right? So this month expiry is June. Okay, I'm not in a position also. Now, if some of your brokers won't be allowing you to trade in, what do you say? Some of your brokers won't be allowing you to actually trade in the present contract. In the sense, the present expiry. Some of you, some of your uh, brokers won't be allowing you. Okay. Will EMA help in knowing whether there will be bullish move? See, man. Uh, See, you have a car, you put the indicator to the left, you put the indicator to the right. Okay. So it is you who do all the stuff, right? Your car is not kind of going to put the indicator by itself to the left. So indicators are something like that. You can use it as a confluence. So you know you're going to turn to the right. Then why do you put the indicator to the right? To show other people that you're going to turn to the right, right? So all the actions are done by yourself. So no indicator is going to help you. So just it's a confluence. Okay. So please don't depend too much on indicators. It'll ruin your life. Yeah, I wasted 2 years of my life after indicators, trying out all those stuff on YouTube. Uh, See, when I was getting started with trading, so most of the stuff on YouTube were related to forex. So they were kind of not much of stuff related to Indian markets. So I have tried out almost each and every crap. Okay, so please don't waste your time. Okay, so I personally have tried out almost each and every crappy indicator out there. So please don't waste your time. It's just used for confluence. Okay, trading is all about your conviction. No indicator is going to help you. See, yeah, I'm using all this RSA. I'm using all this stuff. Okay, all these things are still there. But then, uh, what do you say? It's kind of fine. Okay, so let's check out for an opportunity out here. So we get a bearish closing, and we can check out for a short opportunity with a stop above that. Okay, so let's be alert, and I'll trigger my trade and then go for a break. So then we'll catch up later. Okay, I'll just tell you like once I fire the trades. So 21st June, 21 June is the expiry. So let's trade on the July contract. So July expiry is on 19th. 19th July is the expiry day. Okay. So we'll have to wait for this candle to give a closing and then we can trigger the trades. Okay. So, so guys, yeah, I'm kind of actually firing a trade. Just a second. It's almost looks like the risk reward would be pretty much favorable. So I'm looking at this price 5387. Okay, 5387, and the stop loss that has kind of actually been planned is over here, 5405. Okay, so I'm punching a trade. Okay, sell order at 5387. Okay, yeah, I have placed the order. I have placed the sell order at 5387. Now, the stop loss buy order is actually being kept at 5405. Okay, so 5405 is where the stop loss order has been set. Uh, so I might get an entry pretty soon. Okay, so current traded price is like 5386 is touching. My God. I didn't get a fill, guys. Crazy slip. Yeah, I might get a fill soon. So currently it's trading 5385, 5386 is being traded. Oops. Are we being missed out? Let's see, we're getting a fill. Okay, not yet. It's quite difficult to get an entry. Uh, so price is 5387, but we are not getting the trade. Okay, so let's kind of, I'll just mark the stop loss, everything out here so that you can also just understand it easily. Okay, so this is where the stop loss has been set, 5405. Okay, and our entry is at 5387. So we haven't got a fill yet, so we'll have to wait. So the price has touched this level, but we are not yet in the trade. Okay, so this is see, orders has been set, orders has been placed, orders has been like placed. So but entry is not there, no entries yet. So price, it has approached the levels where we had placed the order, but then I personally haven't got the fill. Okay, so that's the thing. Now, if the price manages to pick up on this, like I would be happy to flip my position. That is like I'll think about a long side if the price gives a break about this. Okay, so I'll be going for a long. I'll check out for a long side opportunity. If the price manages to give a long price manages to give a positive side break above this particular level, I'll go for a buy. Okay. So no, guys, like I haven't got an entry. My God, so unfortunate. Like it has tested the levels, but this could be really depressing. This is one problem that I have been facing out lately. So when you're trading a larger size, getting an entry is becoming a big concern these days. Okay, so the perception is if price is to drop from here, definitely I'm personally expecting some sort of a drop towards these levels. Okay, and then my risk reward ratios will be pretty good. Okay, it would be easily a 1:3. This could be more or less like a 1:3 trade, 1:2, 1:3 trade almost. Uh, See, I have this particular bad habit. So if I think about taking a trade at a particular level, if I don't get a trigger there, I won't be entering. Okay. So Sandesh, yeah, that question, I get your question. Why didn't you place the order below 5387? See, I kind of plan something beforehand. So based on that, I size how many lots I had to trade all this stuff. Okay. So for example, in this particular case, my planned entry was 5387, right? So 5387, if it's my planned entry, and if I'm kind of actually setting up my stop loss at 5405, that means the risk I'm taking in this particular trade is 18 points. So I kind of actually pre-plan how many lots I had to trade, all these stuff based on that. So that is kind of actually uh, something that kind of makes me miss out on some of the opportunities. But then in the long run, it has actually paid me off well. So I'm not going to make any modifications. If I get a trade, yeah, let it be. So right now the price is trading at 5374. In fact, like some good chunk of the move has taken place. So I was actually a bit more ready to compromise 1 or 2 points. I would have got an entry, but then let's see. But if okay, if I'm to take or get an entry over here, definitely some sort of a retest would be there, and I'll take. Okay. So, and this is not my last trading day, right? So, in the long run, following this, staying discipline has paid me off well. So, I'm just waiting. Okay. Now, uh, let's see. Okay, quite unfortunate. In fact, the price actually came up to 5387, but then I personally was not able to get a fill. So, right now, it would have been a 1 hour. So, if we got an entry as per our plan, so now itself it would have been a 1 hour. So we would have risked the 80 points. As soon as the price reached here itself, we would have gained an 18 points, right? So anyways, let it be. Let's wait. So if you have to get a trade, definitely we'll get in. So it's still not late. This won't be a problem with smaller lot. See guys, did someone get an entry? So did someone take a short position? Was someone able to get a fill? Was someone able to take out an entry? Sathak was able to take part, right? Okay, great. So I'm not going to bring in any change out over here. Okay, so these orders are just going to remain just like that. So I'm just kind of taking a quick break. So my perception is still the same. So if I'm to take a trade or if I'm to get an entry, the price should test this level in the sense like price should actually touch the 5387 trigger. Only then I'll be able to enter the short and my stop is going to be kept over here. If crude is to give a positive side breakout above this, uh, then I'll go for a long side position. Okay, so let's see and let's take a quick break. Okay, so let's kind of actually take a quick break. Now there is kind of actually no point in waiting for long. So the price has to touch this for us to take out an entry. Uh, in futures overnight, how is profit booked? It's like you take the position overnight. The price is moving in your favor, you make money. Right? I don't take any overnight positions in commodities because big changes can happen. So I always trade in spreads. So even if it is an overnight position, always it is done in the form of spreads. Okay. So for example, like today, whatever has been done, this was a spread, right? Maximum profit is known, maximum loss is also known at the time of entry itself. So I always trade spreads when it kind of comes to overnight. Okay. So, guys, I'll take a quick break right now. So, we'll kind of catch up and see what happens with this trade. So, at this point of time, there is nothing much to do. And I'll just quickly show you the this thing also, this thing gold. Okay. So gold also, like, it managed to kind of give a pick, but then this is kind of once again looking like more or less like a no trade zone in between this range. Okay, nothing much to do over here because the risk reward ratio should be like a 1:1 itself. Nothing much to do out over here. So let's see if I can get a trade. If I get a trigger, the price has to test this level. So let's wait for that. Okay. So thank you. I'll kind of what the timing for commodity trading. So from morning, like from morning 9 a.m. to late night 11:30 you can trade. Okay. So I'll just wind up right now. So comfortably till 11:15 p.m. But you can trade till 11:30 also. It depends on your broker. And there's something called as daylight saving hours in the US, which affects the timing of the MCX markets in India. So I'll just end this meeting right now, and we'll kind of once again catch up to discuss the results. Okay. So maybe there could be chances that this trade is going to be missed upon, but it's fine. Like some trades, not all trades you are able to capture. So for today, like if that is a scenario, then the first trade would have been missed out. That was an amazing opportunity, and the second trade also would be missed out. Okay. I know some of you will be kind of actually like, I should have taken a trade, all this stuff. So guys, like, let me just tell you, it's completely up to the person whether or whether not an entry should be done or not. Okay. So never ever force yourself into any financial position. Okay. So kind of never ever force yourself into any particular trade. Why? Because then you would kind of actually be having a habit of chasing out. Okay, you probably would is going to kind of actually going to have a habit of chasing out opportunities. So don't do that. So let the opportunities come to you. You don't run after opportunities. So as far as trading is there, like if the setups are kind of coming to you, just wait for that. Okay. So yes. So I guess like I'll just end this meeting right now, and this order would be pending. I have a few questions about F&O. Can I text you in WhatsApp? You can ask me during the Sunday, man. That'll be better. Okay, because many of the answers can't be answered on questions can't be answered on WhatsApp because most of the questions are a bit complex. So explaining on WhatsApp is quite difficult. So let's keep a doubt clearance for that is a Sunday. Okay. So I'm just ending this meeting. So let's catch up to see what happens with the trade. Uh, thank you. Okay, I would like to account. You can connect with Belram. There is this guy called Belram in my company. He's the one who deals. Okay. Uh, Belram's phone number. Just a second. So basically, this is his number. So, any quick questions you guys have, please feel free to ask. If any questions are there, feel free to ask. So, is there anything you would like to ask? Anything on the trade, something like that? Okay. Then let's catch it. Let's catch it to discuss the results. So this probably is going to take some time. Okay.